Sawubona BPM folk, your favorite BPM coach, just quickly talking BPM salaries in 2024. Okay, how did we determine the salaries? This is a quick presentation, guys. How did we determine the salaries? We use Glassdoor data. Glassdoor.com is an international website for job seekers, and every once in a while they would ask their members to just provide salary data anonymously, and that's how I get that data. So it's professionals from across the world who would say how much they're earning, right? So to get the BPM specialist salaries or the BPM consultant salary, we obviously had to do a search. You know that BPM consultants are not just called that, they're also called process analysts, process engineers, process improvement specialists, process excellence specialist, blah, blah, blah. We also searched for managers, senior managers, middle managers, junior consultants, associates, and senior consultants. This is what we got. So if you a BPM consultant. This is in the States now. Unfortunately, I couldn't get this data for South Africa. We've got the junior consultant at the top. You can see a minimum of 1.2 M, and we have a max of 2.07 M, and the median, the middle point is 1.62 M. So we did that for the junior, the associate, and the senior consultant. And on the left-hand side, we're just summarizing. So at the bottom of this blue bar, you'll see the lowest that a BPM consultant, probably for one of the consulting houses like a McKinsey, Accenture, Deloitte, etc., they would be earning 1.27 M, and the max is 3.13 M. Not too bad. Then if we go to the BPM specialists, so these are guys that are called, you know, process improvement engineers, process improvement consultants, etc. Again, if you look at the green bar that I have, you'll see the minimum is 1.29 M, 2.83 M. Again, this is in the States, and these are guys that are probably working for, you know, your banks, your insurance companies, your mining companies, your chemical companies. They don't work for consulting companies. That's my assumption. Then the next slide is the managers. How much do managers earn? So BPM managers, the lower end, we found it's one. If you look at the orange bar, you'll see that at the lower end, it's 1.6 M a year. And at the top end, it's 3.2 M a year. Remember, this includes your benefits, it includes your bonuses, it includes your profit sharing, etc., etc. Okay, cool. Next slide is your senior managers, your BPM senior managers. We found that if you look at this orange or this yellow bar at the bottom end, it's 2.52 M, and at the top end, 4.18 M. Not too bad, right? For South Africa, okay, guys, I think the South African data isn't too, it isn't a lot of data, and it's also not, you know, well, you know, those who contributed this data, you know, didn't do so in a way that I think I can actually use this data. But this is just some of what I found on there. So, and by the way, also, I would urge you guys to go on glassdoor.com, go and register. Please share your salary data. It is anonymous, but it will give us a view of how much South Africans are earning. We've got the business process analyst at the top, you know, like a median salary of 420K. Found a senior business process analyst earning 725K. I'm not sure if that's just one person or is it like a, because remember, Glassdoor gets data from across the world, and they plonk this data into their tool to give us, you know, these nice stats and these nice ranges. So you can see my question marks here. Put like question marks around this data. We need a larger sample size of people to give this data. At the bottom, find your BPM consultant earning 1.4 M. But again, what is that? What's the minimum? What's the maximum? What's the median? So, you know, and then we found a business process lead. They on 460. So I'm not sure if it's one individual or is it a number of individuals. But I think this gives you some sort of a view. But as I said, it's not coherent. It's not like robust. You know what I'm saying? So we need you guys to please register on Glassdoor and give us those salaries. Right now, I know you might be thinking, the US salaries are quite high. It might be a good idea to move to the US, wouldn't it? Might be a bloody good idea. But just so let's say you're going as a junior BPM consultant. So as we said on your, if you look on your left, your median salary would be 1.62 M. So that translates to around 135K in South African currency per month. But now bear in mind that especially New York City, we did some research on how much you can expect to pay for a studio apartment or a bachelor apartment, as we call it here. 1 bedroom, 2 bedroom. So yeah, so 1 bedroom apartment, 70,000 a month, guys. Bachelor's apartment, almost 60,000 a month. So bear that in mind when you do move to the US. But I think it's a bloody good idea. And guys, thank you so much. I hope this just gives you a view of a dipstick. It's a dipstick. It's not a formal salary survey. It just gives you a bit of a view of how much BPM practitioners are earning in South Africa and in the world. I think in the US, I think in the next one of the future editions of this, we'll be looking at what these professionals are earning in Europe, what they're earning in the Arab Emirates, and also then the US. Just do a comparison there. Remember, as a BPM practitioner, your skill is portable. You can go anywhere in the world. You don't have to contend with load shedding and potholes and all of that, though we would obviously want you to contribute to this country and its development. Okay, perfect. Have a good day, guys, and speak to you soon. Bye-bye.